Kia ora. Good morning. Today's edition of Truth or Dare. Kindness. Kindness. Now, for some of you may not have realized this, yeah? Since the lockdown kicked in last year in April, I just felt like every time our Prime Minister spoke, she always ended her conversation with be kind to each other. Now, I wonder why she would say that. She always ended her conversation with be kind to each other. Be safe and be kind. Now, I don't know any other head of state, prime ministers, or presidents across the country who uses that phrase or encourages his people to be kind to each other. New Zealand has a reputation. Yeah? So when you talk to people in other countries and the way people view us as a nation, they consider New Zealand to be a very kind bunch of people. And it's true in most cases, yeah? We're a kind bunch of people to people in other countries and to overseas people and all that bits and pieces. But the true question is, are we kind to each other in this country? Like, residents, citizens, are we kind to each other? Are we really kind to each other? I have seen the way certain people treat other people. It's terrible. And it makes me wonder why we advertise ourselves to the rest of the world as being family orientated, loving, and kind. We don't seem to be really kind to each other for some reason. I mean, I'll be honest, most of the people I've met since I've been here, yeah, are lovely people. Very lovely and kind and warm and gentle and, but there are a few who are just they're just horrid, mean. Hell, one would go as far as saying evil too. I went to the warehouse stationery, yeah, one time, and I saw there was this woman at the counter. She was really tearing through the lady behind the counter who was trying to serve her. I mean, I was in the line, just waiting to be served, just a usual casual waiting. And this woman, she kept talking and talking, so I wasn't sure what was really going on. So I thought, I guess, I'm standing there, can't help it, and I was just hearing the conversation. But the moment she crossed the line, for me, anyway, when she said to the lady at the counter, "You useless this and that, being paid the minimum wage," and I was like, whoa! I just jumped right in. Like, honestly, I said to her, okay, that's not necessary. I said, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? You have someone who's trying to serve you. She could easily refuse to serve you, but she's still trying to serve you. And this lady, she was trying to help her. I mean, she was going through dinner, and this woman just behind the counter just kept talking at her. It was terrible. I couldn't stand it. I really couldn't. So, and everybody just stood there watching this woman tear this other woman apart behind the counter. I'm like, I said to that woman, no. I don't care who you are, nor do I care who you know out there. But you will not treat this woman like, like that. It's terrible. You are a terrible person. I told her that. I said, stop that. It's ridiculous. You want to be served, be patient. Let the lady do her job. And she just went quiet and she was like, anyway, the lady behind the counter just looked at me and said, and I'm like, oh, it was mean. Some people wake up sometimes at the wrong side of the bed and go out there just to be mean. And then let's not forget about our schools. Our schools spend so much time standing students down, kicking students out because they can't be bothered to educate them. And they believe that to teach a student a lesson, you kick them out. Now let me ask you all this. Yeah? Let me ask you all this. If you kick a student out, yeah, for misbehaving, in truth, do you honestly think you've taught them a lesson? That student has just had himself a nice holiday. They don't care. But what you've just done as an educator is deny them their education. That's what many don't realize. You've just denied an innocent child their education because you, as the educator, so-called educator, could not be bothered to educate. Bringing your personal need above the student. It's sad. It really is. There's always a solution. There always is. So let me say this. How is it that when some of these students, yeah, come into my care, for example, into Pride Lands, their attitude changes? It's positive. Because I believe that the best way to turn a behavior around is to keep them in the education system, because that's what it's designed for, to educate. But if you take them out, then you have no means to turn that behavior around. That behavior gets worse, and God knows what happens to that young person and what they become in the future. We are not kind sometimes. I've seen people just mean to each other. Self-entitled fools. People who just want to be mean because they choose to. Some call it power. Frankly, I don't see the power. I honestly don't. You know, I don't see it. To belittle another human being, to intimidate them, to use your status, be it in government, controlling taxpayers' money, going behind closed doors, whispering and conniving. That's not power. In my culture, where I'm from, such behavior is cowardness, it's weakness, and it does not deserve respect. And that is why a lot of our young people who've come to realize what our society have done to their future have no respect for us. And that is why many adults can't seem to control the next generation, or the very least educate them properly, because the young can't be bothered to listen anymore, because we as adults are not doing what we're supposed to do. We don't care, we're not kind. Ladies and gentlemen, as our Prime Minister has always said, be kind. Not just one day, not just 1 week. Be kind for the rest of your life. Show kindness. Kindness is not weakness. It's the greatest strength of any human being. The greatest strength. And I urge you all to be kind in this new normal of ours. I hope you're all doing well, and I bid you a wonderful day. Thank you.